What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Snowcast Sports Talk Podcast, episode 83. We're going to jump into press conference questions, new segment about the previous week. We will go in order from first place to last. John will be starting first. John, up to the podium. Who has questions for John about last week, running in first place?
Yeah, John. You're
Charlie.
When we started this a few weeks ago, I think it would have been safe to say that you had the least amount of football knowledge within the group. Looking at your picks now, are you just getting very lucky, or are you the second coming of Jesus Christ himself?
Wow. I think, probably the former. The second coming of Jesus Christ himself. Next question.
I'm gonna piggyback off that actually, because I was thinking the same thing. Like you're pretty fresh.
Ben.
You're pretty fresh into the football thing, and I was thinking about, when you make like March Madness brackets football, and like the kid in the class that knows nothing about basketball, like wins. Do you know what I'm talking? Have you heard this? You all had experience making March Madness brackets?
Nope.
Are you asking me about basketball?
Is that your question, Ben, on this football podcast? Keep going.
Basically, if you guys had other sports knowledge, everyone makes a bracket for March Madness.
It's funny, Ben, because you're in last place.
The person that wins.
Billy, hey, let's just keep the question there and answer in this. Let's not get too much chatter in the back. I think it's disrupting things. Just the questioner and the answeree.
Thank you, John. So basically what happens is everyone in class, everyone does it, high school, college, everyone in class makes a bracket, and the kid that always wins is the person that knows nothing about basketball. And so I was just curious if there was something happening here that's similar.
I think there's a misunderstanding of my understanding of the game. I think all three phases, opponents, interceptions to touchdowns, matchups, divisional rivalries, these are all things I consider. I think there might be a misunderstanding of my own personal knowledge of the game, and I think to that note, no, that is not what's happening. That's not what's happening here. So
question,
I appreciate that.
Question for you. Do you think your skill in fantasy is translating to your skill in the Pickems League as well?
I think there could be a correlation there. Just my understanding of each individual as a person, their locker room presence, the kind of training they need just as a coach. These are now things I look at, and it translates to, divisional matchups, rivalries, things like that, touchdowns, interceptions for quarterbacks, those kinds of things, all three phases.
So one more quickly. The last one for me. Being in first place, are you going to be playing more risky, or are you going to be playing more conservatively? And if you are going to play risky in the Pickems League, what teams do you think you're going to be risking some of your picks on?
Yeah, I think, you can't really boil it down to such like a binary question in that matter. I don't think it's, risky or safe. I think it's more, rivalries, quarterbacks, touchdowns, interceptions, divisional matchups, all three phases of the game.
Thanks, John.
Yep, thanks.
My quick question.
One more question. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, one more question.
Yeah.
Going into the season, you were very on the Browns, and I know the Nick Chubb injury is nothing to make a joke about, but how do you feel about the Browns now and losing Nick Chubb on your fantasy team? Do you really regret dropping Lamar Jackson?
A lot of questions there, a lot to dissect. I think what you're really asking is how I feel in my decisions thus far, and on a 3-game win streak and first in this Pickems, I feel confident. Thanks.
Next up, Matthew. So Matt, I got a question for you. Hang on.
Let me get the stupid fucking thing.
Oh, wow.
I can't get it. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right. Let's hear it.
So Matt, you took a solo pick on the Bears. And the question I have for you is, have you learned your lesson about picking the Bears, or will you be picking them again in future weeks?
Yeah, well, I don't know. It's just whatever's best for the team in the moment, whatever the matchup is. I don't know.
Question. So do you think dolphins can swim in the snow?
I guess it's all dependent on the matchup.
Here's a question. Now that poor Judon is hurt, are you gonna hang an actual jersey up on your fucking wall? Hmm?
That's just disrespectful. I'm not gonna answer that. That's just disrespectful.
Matt,
Next
you
question.
seem to be on a hot streak every single week we do this. Would you mind sharing your pre-podcast ritual with us? And does it happen to involve cursing Ben's picks with black magic? Thank you.
I can't
Asshole.
say I do anything in the dark arts, but I would say my pre ritual before this podcast is I usually just turn on my computer and join the call.
Question.
I'm not
Does
taking
it-
any more. Hey, Jerry, ask a question.
Matt, what's your hair care routine for this? What do you do?
I only talk about football. I don't
Question
know.
about football.
Last one.
Yeah.
Does it, being in second place, does it hurt more to know you're so close to being a winner, or does it feel good to be the best loser?
Yeah, it's early. Nothing really matters before Thanksgiving. So.
All right, thank you. Moving next to Charlie. Charlie, I'll start here. First of all, welcome back. Congratulations. We missed you these past couple weeks. Welcome back. Took a big jump from dead last up to third place. What gave you the faith to pick the Texans? I feel like that was such a ballsy pick on your own, taking the Texans over the Steelers. What gave you that confidence?
It wasn't ballsy at all, Billy. Every pick I make, I'm very confident in, and so anytime I'm alone, I question everyone else's judgment around me, not my own. So very happy to find out that I was the only person to pick the Texans and nobody else.
Ben did take him as well. But you didn't have any preconceived notion. You just went Texans. So
yeah, I just intuition.
All right.
Man.
Next question.
Following up on that, it's so totally related. You can go next, Matt. But did the pick of the Texans have more to do with the team or CJ Stroud specifically proving himself yet another week?
Or lack of faith in the Steelers?
A little bit of all of that. I think that the Texans offense is coming together. I think a lot of that is to do with CJ Stroud. And the Steelers have kind of constantly disappointed this year, losing a little bit more faith every week that goes on. They're going to kind of start turning into the Cardinals, where I don't think I'm ever going to want to pick them on any given week at this point.
Yeah. Spitball, it's a little bit similar. Going off a great decision you made picking the Texans, I want to go to your Titans pick because I think it was you earlier in this podcast who said you were done saying the Titans. But who are they playing again?
They were playing the Browns.
Bengals.
Oh, Bengals. Excuse me. Yeah, Bengals.
Yeah.
What made you pick the Titans there? Because actually, I meant to say good pick. I might have said terrible by mistake. I meant to say good pick.
Yeah, good pick.
Good pick. Yeah. My bad.
A combination of not really anything to do with Tannehill, more over the fact that the Titans have a very solid defense, and the Bengals have really been struggling to find their offensive identity this year so far. So I was just really banking on the fact that the Titans would have a very strong defense against a team that really hasn't figured out an offense, and that is really what played out. Burrow's productivity is just still not there. Without Burrows, they have a lot of weapons, but those weapons are going to waste. So against a good defense, I think I'll be picking against the Bengals for the next foreseeable future.
All right, last question, Ben.
Charlie, welcome back. The last time I saw you on this podcast, you were less than a coin flip's chance at winning. And now that you're married, you've slid into third place. My question for you is, where do you go to find a woman that knows so much about football?
That's a great question. Carrie really influences all my choices that I make. I actually don't have any idea what football is or even how it works. And so after the podcast every week, we kind of meet and she informs me of what I should pick the following week. So I have a big list of every little detail of football that Carrie's put together for me on the side of my screen right now. And that's how I kind of am able to make these picks and tell you these things about football, because Tinder, man, that's where I met Carrie. So find a football girl on Tinder, I guess.
Boom. All right, let's keep it moving here. Thank you, Charlie. All right, I'm up. Just a quick statement before I start. So obviously you can see the shirt has been changed. There actually was a trade. So fan base members have actually been moved away from the Giants, and they were actually moved into Buffalo. So I just want to say glory to God, way to beat the Dolphins. Fish can't swim in snow. Fillet that fish. I'm dipping sushi in buffalo sauce. Happy to be here. I'll take any questions.
Yeah, question.
Go ahead.
So being in fourth place and being a Giants fan.
No longer. Actually, I was traded.
Well, up until all of your picks that have put you in fourth place.
Excuse me.
Under.
Yeah. Sorry, Matt. We're getting a little echo. Keep going, John.
I'll start over. All of your picks that have put you in fourth place were under the illusion of being a Giants fan. So there's a bit of an equilibrium at fourth place out of 5 and Giants fandom of winningness. Do you think that your change to Buffalo will actually help you pick, or will you have to take some out of the bank to be a fan of a winning team? Will this throw things off for you?
Yeah, that's a good question. I just come in, I do my job, I make my picks, I give my best effort wherever I can. I didn't choose to be traded. I wish nothing but the best in New York. My job is to just come in and make the best picks I can and come out with a win each week.
As a former Giants fan, and I just wanted to be on the record, you were a big fan. I had to hear about it a lot.
Die hard.
Big fan. Yes, without a doubt.
But you don't choose to get traded.
No. I'm sorry. If the Giants get a good draft position this year, do you want them to draft a quarterback?
Yeah, I'm just focused on next week for Buffalo. That's really, what we're focused on right now. So, we're playing at 9:30 in the morning in London. I'm trying to hold a straight face so bad. I'm such a bad actor. But, you just worry about, next week is next week, and that makes it the most important week. So, we're on to Jacksonville, and, happy to be here with Buffalo.
Really, I got a quick question. Let's just say in a perfect world, the Giants bounce back and start having a great year. Will you be traded back to the Giants mid-season?
So you don't get to choose when you're traded, but I'm focused on just next week. It's the most important week. Jacksonville's a good team, and is now a Buffalo Bill fan. I have to focus on that. So watching a lot of Buffalo Bill film. Just focused on next week, but you don't get to choose when you're traded and when you're not. So what happens.
Fair enough.
Is that it?
That's all we got.
I had a couple written down, but as a Browns fan, I always just had questions for a fellow.
Yeah, go ahead. You can ask.
Loyalist. So.
You don't choose to get traded, but you focus on what you can focus on, and my job is to come in here and make picks and make sure I do the best job I can. All right, and so then finally,
your eyes. Anytime you said it,
and finally, Ben. So I'll start here. Ben, being in last place and barely better than a coin flip, a quarter would be as entertaining as you are eating your oatmeal over there. Why should anyone here or anyone watching have faith in your picks? And what teams are you looking at to make some dicey solo picks to get you back in this game? Just quickly, Charlie, taking the Titans and then also taking the Texans. What teams are you looking at? Barely better than a coin flip. I don't know if I said that, but I just really want that to be reiterated.
For one, I don't come on here to entertain the people. Okay, that's not why I'm here. I don't want them to trust my picks. I want to convert people to following the Browns. Okay. And after DTR's performance, I'm basically useless. Okay? I am better than a coin by a little small margin, 4%. So I'll take that. But outside of that, I'm just here to make you guys look better. So.
All right, next question.
Yeah, question.
Oh, excuse me.
Charlie, go ahead, then John. Charlie, then John.
The curly hair and the beard.
Charlie, and then John.
Okay, so when you curly hair and beard, right?
It looks like you fall into last place in the Pickems League, so I just wanted to ask, are you intentionally trying to pick the loser in every matchup during the football week, or do you think someone is casting a black magic curse on you?
Yeah. Well, your wife kind of ruined my strategy because I was just picking away from you and I was doing pretty well. I got above Billy. And honestly, with Billy above me, I don't know what I'm doing anymore. And my football.
Yeah, glory to God.
Glory to God.
I may be traded here soon, but I won't choose that.
You can't pick what happens.
But I can pick them.
All right, John, go ahead. Oh.
So when you flip a coin, there's actually a very small percent chance it lands on the side. Is your 4 is that 09%? Do you think that is the the chance that coin lands on the side, or is there a bit of understanding to the game that actually does allow you to pick an educated team?
Well, I wanted DTR to come in last game, and I'm happy. 2 games ago, I'm happy he came in last game. And honestly, people can say a lot about his performance. I love the way he played. I love the way he held himself. He was composed. I liked his facial expressions, and he was a great pocket passer. So I'm okay with that. But if Sean comes back, it's cool with me too. Next,
go ahead, Matt.
I just had a question about your Packers pick over the Lions. I know you said you're not really here to answer a lot about the picks, more about the Browns. But do you now take the Detroit Lions seriously yet? Because they're a team.
Who's their quarterback? Matt Stafford. Yeah. So he was like Matt Stafford. He was good a couple years ago.
Their quarterback's Jared Goff.
When he had Calvin Johnson.
His quarterback's Jared Goff.
Okay, well, when Jared Goff had Megatron, I was a huge fan, and that was a team I liked watching. Now I just prefer the Browns. But
Ben, are you concerned that people might not have faith in your picks, and you might be actually losing the podcast because you're just doing so poorly that we don't even have faith? Are you concerned about that?
Well, yeah, I tried to buy Chinese food the other night from one of my bank account cards, and actually it got declined because the person that was putting money in had faith in my picks before, and now they don't. So if you're asking if my life's going to get worse because people don't believe in my picks, it is getting worse significantly, and I'm eating that.
Thank you, everyone. That was beautiful. That is how we are doing that from now on. Holy shit. Matthew, you win the funniest one though. That was so good. Remember that Bill Belichick where he goes up and he goes, "Fucking thing." He can't get the mic to stand.
Every time he does a press conference, he goes and messes with the mic. He stands.
I liked Ben's answer when he disregarded my question
completely and Ben just talked about
I forgot about that. That's what I should have done. I forgot they all do that.
It was so well done, guys. So well done. That's how we're doing it every week. So keep the questions coming. And by the way, quickly, if people comment questions in the YouTube comments, we will include them.
Oh yeah.
So with that, John, over 70% accurate. Like it's almost like you're a balloon just waiting to pop, and we're waiting for what week it's going to be. So with that, let's jump in here. 9:30 a.m. I got traded. You can't choose, but now my Buffalo Bills are going up against the Jacksonville Jaguars. Who do you got?
We're not going to talk a lot about each game, but one thing that is interesting about this game for those who do not know, the Jacksonville Jaguars, this is their second game in London. They have been in London now for over 2 weeks, which means they have totally converted to London time. Bills by 10.
And Bills aren't flying out until today. Matthew, who you got? Matter.
I honestly forgot this was in London, and it made me almost say the Jaguars. I'm going Bills. I do think the Jaguars at some point are just going to move over here completely, and it's going to be a whole entirely international league.
I think the Jaguars might stay there, actually.
Yeah, they might just stay.
Charlie. Go ahead. No, go ahead, Ben. Go ahead.
No, I won't. Charlie, you should pick, but you're going to be upset that I didn't say this before.
I'm going to say the Bills. I think they could be severely jet lagged. All the starters missed the game, and it's the second team. And I think they would still beat the Jags.
Yeah, I'm going Buffalo here. Ben, who you got?
Before, real quick, Charlie, I am pretty impressed. I haven't had a chance yet. You did jump from last to third. That was
it was a big week. Charlie got 14.
Strat, huh? I guess if you're at the bottom, do a lot of the 2 points, so that way you can, it's kind of like you throw a lot of deep balls.
We missed the game.
We missed the game. 3? You're a
Oh,
beast.
Thursday.
Commanders.
Yeah, Thursday.
Bears Commanders.
We'll jump up to that one.
Yeah.
I'm fucking hyped for that game.
Okay. Ben, who you got here?
I was in London one time, and let me tell you, I got offered a lot of this stuff, if you know what I mean. And I'm not talking about my mustache. So I am worried about the quarterback, Josh Allen. See, Andrew Lawrence.
Make your pick.
Prince Charming.
Andrew Lawrence.
Prince Charming.
Arquad knows how to handle the people that offer that stuff. I don't know if the Bills quarterback.
We all knew you were taking a solo pick here. All right, Ben, you get to flip it. Who you going, Commanders or Bears?
I actually love the Bears. I'm gonna go Commanders.
Yeah, we can make this one quick. I'm gonna go Commanders. Is anyone not going Commanders?
Dude, the Bears defense is legitimately baby
How
poop.
did they let Russ cook? How did they let Russ cook?
They let everyone cook. It's so soft. Their defense is so soft.
They actually let him cook.
28-0.
Brian Robinson Jr. is literally gonna run through that defense like no one's ever heard of.
Falcons Texans, John.
Ooh.
This game's gonna be where people. We got Matthew's face. Matt made the face.
I guess I want the Texans. You know, CJ Stroud is throwing that ball well, and although, they're Atlanta's running back. I want to say Brian Bijan is so freaking good, but nah, I got the Texans for sure.
I really wanted you to say the Falcons because Texans.
Yeah, Charlie, who you got?
Falcons.
Nice.
Do you want to give a reason?
That's a decent solo.
Do you want to?
It's a decent solo.
What's the reason?
I'll give Bijan Robinson is the real deal this year. He's really making that offense electric. Ritter is not the best quarterback, but I think any quarterback with a solid run game can perform at a decent level.
They made Daniel Jones $40 million. Saquon Barkley had a big year, and Daniel Jones got paid for it.
Dude,
Exactly.
and
So,
if they take Ritter out, do you know who they put in?
That's what I was about to say. They need to put in
really?
Taylor
No.
Heineke.
They'll put in Heineke, and Heineke can throw the ball. So all of a sudden,
Yeah, they need to put in Heineke.
this game's a toss-up, but I feel
So-
comfortable taking Falcons.
Hold me to this. Bijan's the real deal, but the Texans' defense is also showing up every week. Like, very underrated defense. D'Amico Ryan is doing what my Buffalo Bills are doing with Sean McDermott as the head coach. It's like almost defensive coaches are showing up now in a huge way, I feel like. Go ahead, Ben. Who you got?
Texans.
Charlie gets a solo.
Yeah, it's a good solo.
Ben, who you got here? Carolina, Detroit.
this is a hard. No.
Let's see Matt's question.
I'm going with my boy.
Panthers.
No, please don't do that.
Okay, are we all taking the Lions? Ben was the only one who I
Yes.
didn't think was Lions.
Yeah.
Lions.
For what reason? Dude?
Lions last Thursday proved to me they're a real team. When you go up against your division owner, like the owner of your division, who was the Packers, and do what you did to them. Nice job. Jordan Love showed some good stuff in that game too, but Lions played great. John, Colts Texans.
Mm-hmm. This is a tough one.
Wait, I hate to say, but shouldn't it technically be Ben's first pick? Don't we do Snake?
Ben said Lions, I think.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ben said no, Matt.
Yeah.
Matt, Ben started with Lions, then I just went across. Now it's John.
Oh, gotcha. That's right.
Thank you, Matthew. Thank you though.
No.
This one.
That's I was trying to get us at the end.
This one is tough. Dude. Titans. The
Matt,
King finally came back last week.
Who you
I
going,
think
Matt?
he's staying.
Colts.
Oh, damn. I was really
There it
hoping
is.
I was going to get a Colts on its own pick. Charlie,
No, just because this is a toss-up, I went Titans.
good. I
John,
like
would
that.
you rather have Bijan or Derrick Henry to start a team with?
Bijan.
Bijan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Derrick Henry.
cool.
Are we talking
I
about
know.
prime or right now? We're talking
Yeah,
about the
that's
current-
Right now,
that's
no,
a
no,
good-
no. Yeah, right now. Like if you're building your
Right
team,
now.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
Bijan.
Bijan.
Yeah, if you
prime
want-
Henry.
Come on. Let's go first year. First year in the
Yeah,
league.
then Henry.
That's
Yeah,
freaking
Henry.
hard. I think
Yeah.
we all have to say Henry, but by the end of this year, we might all regret it. Bijan is
Well, it's also
playing at a
hard because-
pace.
Yeah, you go.
Bijan's playing at a pace where by the end of the year, we all might look stupid for saying that.
Yeah, and it's also hard because we know that Henry's been successful in the league. and
Yeah.
we know what he's done.
He's a monster.
That being said, Titans. Jonathan Taylor might be coming back this week. He might not be. I think there's a lot of locker room drama going on in that organization right now. I think it might mess with them a little bit. I don't know, but I just Titans overall.
I like the Colts here just because I really like that Richardson kid. Charlie
Wow.
gives me a bad write-up on my fantasy teams. The reason I don't get rid of Richardson is because I don't want any of you goof nuts to have him. He's too good. I'm just gonna hold him just to keep him away. Ben, who do you like?
Charlie, you gotta stop talking, dude, because you play with my
I know.
mind too much. The rest of
He's-
these fools, I don't
Charlie
trust
talks well.
anything they
Charlie, you speak very
don't
well
trust
when you talk
anything.
about football. Like very
Charlie,
well.
we really missed
Like,
you.
for example, I'm happier we both have the Titans because you said them too.
That being said, I'm gonna ride with the bull. I like the Colts this season more than I ever have, and I don't know if it's
Dude, their new QB is gonna be good.
I like
Like
it.
this time
He's like
next
a
year,
dude.
I bet you the Colts are a better team all around.
All right, here we go. Dolphins, Giants. Are we all just going Fins?
Sorry,
Yeah.
Billy. But
No,
you know what's
I mean,
funny?
you do
Really,
you don't
to
choose
some
to get
weird
traded.
Level, to some weird level. You ready for this? Hold it on mine because I'm the last pick. Hold it there. Tell me Miami fans are not thinking to themselves, this is a trap game.
Oh, every game the Giants play is now a trap game. But the problem is,
Saquon's back.
but the problem
Dolphins
is,
can
no.
do
It
shit
doesn't
against
matter.
the Bills.
It doesn't matter what defense the Giants play. The Giants make them look like the '85 Bears. Like the Seahawks had 4 sacks going into the game against the Giants. They had 11 in that one game.
It was
Like-
pretty bad.
like-
dude.
like-
Yeah,
it-
Reggie Sacks?
11 sacks. The Seahawks had 11 sacks.
I remember
It's got to be Dolphins. It's got to be Dolphins.
I left
But one of these days, the Giants will win, and it's a trap game. One of us just has to call it. But it's
I'm not trying anymore. I got to start
Yeah.
winning things. My life is too
What are the
hard.
Browns playing the Giants. Oh, Miles Garrett to have 7 on his own.
John, here you go. Next one right here. Saints, Patriots. We got a lot of Pats jerseys. I don't think we're going to get any Pats picks.
dude, this is the hardest game of the week because if they didn't put Zappy in, I'd say the Patriots without question. But because Mac is going to have a wet noodle of an arm because his confidence is as low as a fucking fat middle school girl, I'm going Patriots. You know why though? Because Derek Carr is so fucking goddamn bad. They lost to the Bucks. He's
He got hurt in that game, I'm pretty sure. It was
Well, it
Jameis
doesn't-
Winston. It was
even better for
kinda
better
bad.
for
It
the
was kinda
Patriots.
bad.
Matt, who you
So
got?
I'm going Patriots.
I'm going Patriots because although we looked bad last week, we looked bad against one of the greatest defenses
In the league. That's the difference between the Giants and the Patriots lost. The Giants looked like ass against the Seahawks.
Yeah. Like
So-
Mac looked bad, but he still has his flashes. I don't know. I don't the guy, but like
He's gonna be
I'm not
bad,
happy.
but you know what? It's a rainy day. They're gonna run that ball all day. If you have Stevenson, start him.
that's what we should have done last week.
Charlie, who you got?
This is so tough, man, because Kamara's back, and we lost a couple of good pieces to our defense.
Great
Oh, you
defensive
gotta
people.
Dude.
I'm gonna have to go with Patriots in this one, and I think this is a little bit of personal bias coming in here, but Derek Carr has looked atrocious this year. I think he really wanted to go to the Saints to prove that it wasn't the Raiders. It wasn't me. It was the Raiders. But I don't
It's
know, man.
not.
I've been you.
I'm just going to take... Go ahead, Charlie.
No, I was just gonna say. I just think the Patriots are they're playing a bad quarterback. When they play really bad quarterbacks, they typically.
I'm going to take the Saints because I'm in 4th place. Go ahead.
Billy, do we do it together?
Yeah, let's do it, Ben. Let's get some points.
Take his solo. Do it, Ben. Do it.
No, Ben, you can have it.
Billy, don't pull a fast one on me and switch, okay?
Who do you want,
He
big
will.
guy? Who
Ben, if you take this, he will switch. I guarantee it.
Ben, who you want?
No, we're in this together, Billy.
Let's go. Ben, I'll put it on you right now. I'm not...
Ben, just in case you don't know, Gonzalez, who's the Patriots' best secondary, hurt, not playing, and Judon behind that, best hurt.
Man,
not
John, you give him
playing.
lessons every
Judon's
episode.
hurt?
What's this?
Judon's hurt.
He's
Judon's
in
out.
last, and I'm in first. I just want to give him some
So
tips.
I'm creating a new thing. We call it
I still said
we-
Patriots.
By the way, we call this a boom, a concrete pick. I can't switch it. It's now stuck. Saints are stuck. That's what you call a concrete pick.
Maybe you have to do one just for fun.
No.
Maybe you have to say concrete.
What concrete picks are is we can tell we all get to do one concrete pick for another person. So like when I make that pick, John goes, "I'm using mine on Billy."
Concrete.
But I'll use. I'm gonna.
Billy. Only if you're in first, because I don't get a switch. Instead, I get a concrete. So I get to each of you. I get one concrete. You can't switch it. That might be too much, but it would be kind of funny.
That's
wouldn't it?
broken. Either way, concrete pick.
Yeah.
Sounds
All right, Ravens or Steelers? Are we all finally? Can we all just admit the Steelers are trash and go Ravens, or does someone want to go Steelers? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
All
Ravens.
And I love that they keep that offensive coordinator. I like Mike Tomlin's
Yeah,
like trying to get
Canada.
himself fired.
It
Okay,
might be.
John, Rams, Eagles.
Uh,
Wait. Ben wants to say something.
Can you do things for me? First, concrete me, Billy.
You want to concrete the Ravens?
No. No. The Saints, bro. The Saints.
Oh.
I asked you to concrete me, but I think John was giving lessons or something. Okay, I also want you to give me the freaking Steelers because it's in Pittsburgh, and they're a nasty team in Pittsburgh.
Guys, someone use their concrete on this, and then I'll take it away from here. Ben's trying to do. Yeah, Ben's trying to be sneaky. Ben, you don't get the concrete up there, pal.
Wait, what?
You're getting
Oh, yeah.
concrete into the Steelers, big guy.
No, I'm using my concrete.
No. You don't understand the rules.
Got him.
You're stuck
So
with
who used that? Who used their freaking concrete?
John. John doesn't have one, no.
John.
All right, Ben.
This next game is hard, man.
Okay.
No, John goes, not
Good
Ben.
God.
John goes, not Ben. Oh,
Wait.
Ben, it's also a solo pick for you here, too. So if you get it, you get it. It's John. Because, Ben, you picked first and we went across. I just said we were all taking Ravens. It's John now.
Dude, you ready for this? I want the Rams. I want the Rams.
Someone use their concrete. Someone use their concrete.
Billy, first can't switch. First can't switch.
No, but you can get concreted. Oh, that's right, John. It doesn't even matter. John
No,
can't
I want
switch.
to concrete it. No, I'm joking.
Oh, you better watch out, bro.
All right. By the way, I'm getting rid of this concrete bullshit. This is stupid. I'm like thinking I don't know how I'm gonna keep track.
I think the Eagles are overrated. Go look at the percentage of completed passes.
John,
other teams
the
have on
Rams
Eagles.
couldn't beat the Colts without some overtime help and Puka Nacua coming out of the cave. All right, so I'd watch out.
No,
But he
hey,
can.
I'm saying Eagles, John. You're totally right. Puka Nacua is a beast, and this Rams team is looking kind of.
Is
good.
Cup
This
coming back?
It
No
may
one
be,
knows
right?
yet.
Not yet.
Yeah. I still think it's undecided, but potentially. But I'm saying Eagles just because you're on Rams, and I think Eagles will win this game because my
I
brothers
get a solo on this if y'all all say Eagles, though.
I'd give John. Charlie. Who do you got?
I got the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm taking the Birds.
Yeah, I don't have much to say about it, honestly.
Ben, who you got?
Back to the concrete thing. The concrete thing doesn't have to be like a thing that we do, but Billy, can you just please concrete us both on the same because it's gonna look cool to look back.
just this week. Just this week.
It just doesn't have to happen again.
Yeah. Just as a one-time thing.
Okay, I definitely want to give John the solo here.
Thank you, Ben.
Man, that's like a
That's a solo for sure.
Cardinals Bengals. Ben, good luck. You get to pick first here.
That's a hard one too.
I picked the Bengals last week and they did me wrong. So, once again, wait. Give me the Cardinals, but the Cardinals are actually fire.
That's what I'm saying. The Cardinals
They are
look good every
playing
week. They
well.
Give me Cardinals, bro. I like the Cardinals.
I'm taking Bengals here. At some point, they have to start playing at least mid, and I still think it's better than the Cardinals. Charlie?
It's a tough one. Josh Dobbs, man.
Underrated.
James Conner, Marquise Brown. They have a solid offense, man, and they're really pulling it together. I think the concern this year with them was the quarterback position, and Dobbs is showing up. I think they don't want midget boy to come back, whatever his name is.
Dude.
Murray.
Murray. I think when he gets healthy, he might not even start. I think Dobbs is their starter for this year. I'm gonna go Arizona Cardinals.
Matt, who you got?
I hate this one. I hate this one so much. I'm gonna say Bengals. You know, I think Joe Burrow has to do something at some point. My fear is I don't know how injured he still is, and they should have sat him. They should have sat him 3 weeks or something. He shouldn't have played to start the season.
Luckily, though, Jamar Chase, he said he's always open, so they should be all good. John, who you got?
Cardinals.
John's got the first place sickness going on right now.
John, Broncos. John, is Russ cooking or is Zach Wilson coming out with the win here?
Jets.
Matt, who you got?
I'm going Jets. I'm going Jets too.
Rams.
Zach Wilson looked kind of decent against Kansas City. I don't know if that's a one-time thing, but he looked decent.
Charlie, who you got?
Broncos country. Let's ride. I think that their Jets are not great.
So I was gonna take
pretty good, but
I was gonna take the Jets, or I was gonna take the Broncos for the solo pick, but I'm going Jets. Ben, who you got?
I think your wife gave you a corrupted file. On that side screen, just never trust Russ, except against the Bears, because the Bears are so bad.
Yeah.
All right, Ben. Down here, who you got?
Gets a solo. It's a good solo.
Kansas City, Minnesota. Kansas City almost lost. That was a bullshit non-holding call last week. The NFL needs to really evaluate what's going on there. That was just dumb.
Yeah, that could be the most. That could be
Egregious.
The worst one to date. Yeah,
that was. And the Jets. Zach Wilson played so well, and it just. Yeah,
I know. Little guy, little buddy, big world.
Yeah, little guy, big world. I just want to give him a hug. Matt used to be Matthew used to be my little dude, but when I look at Zach Wilson, that's my little dude.
He's my new little dude.
Ben, who you got?
Poor little guy.
This is the hardest game of the week.
It's a pretty tough one.
No, it's not. Stop it.
This is so hard because Justin Jefferson is.
It doesn't matter. Wide receiver
videos.
Billy. Billy.
He's a beast.
All right, Ben, I'm putting you in.
Don't let them goof you, Ben. There's a solid chance the Vikings take this. There's a solid chance.
I know you're gonna.
I'm not picking them, but they could do it.
I'm going Chiefs. Charlie?
I think that I'm gonna have to go Vikings on this one.
Yeah, see, there's a good chance.
Matt, who you got?
I'm going Chiefs, and there's a reason Daniel Jones and Mac Jones looked great against the Vikings last year.
I'm gonna go Chiefs too, only because their two new players wear black and white jerseys, striped. So I'm gonna have to say Chiefs. And that's the same two players came off the bench in the Super Bowl, so they're always there.
I don't care what we all say here. This Sunday night game, I'm so excited for good Sunday night football.
Finally a good one.
Finally. Like, I'm actually going to be like, man, I get to stay up all night and watch. This is going to be a good... Stop it, Charlie. The Cowboys are a good team. They are a good team. Stop it. Charlie, you picked your Patriots to win this week against the Saints.
I'll talk about it when I get to my pick.
Yeah, I'm excited for it, you biased prick. All right.
Language, Billy. Language, bro.
I see him over
Dude,
there.
If I had faith I could get a Cowboys solo down the board, I'd do it. But because I don't think I will, I think one of those scoundrels will ruin it for me. I'm gonna have to go Niners.
Matt, who you got?
Niners.
Charlie.
Niners. I don't think it's gonna be. I don't think it's gonna be a good game. I mean, the Cowboys' offense kind of sucks, and against a defense like the San Francisco 49ers, have the Cowboys played a team like the 49ers this year yet?
No.
Has
No.
it even been close?
No. The Cowboys literally played Daniel Jones, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, and then they lost to Josh Dobbs.
So how can you tell me right now that this is going to be a good Sunday night football?
Because
game?
the Cowboys,
because
Brock Purdy hasn't faced a good defense. And
And
I'm
to
excited.
To Billy's point,
And I'm excited to see Brock Purdy under some fucking pressure. I'm very excited about that.
I've had the 49ers defense on my fantasy all year.
Fantasy's dumb with defenses.
No, it's not, because you get points on interceptions and sacks. and they have literally never gotten more than 4 goddamn points. If Dak Prescott can throw this ball to CeeDee Lamb,
He can't.
the Cowboys will win. Billy, I'm with you. I'm willing to bet Dak Prescott cannot throw a football to CeeDee Lamb enough times to win this. But if he can, and people score high against the Niners. I think Puka had 30 points against the Niners with Matt Stafford.
But John,
they score
John, those are garbage time points. The Niners are up by 3 scores, and then they just play prevent defense. Like that.
And John,
that's why.
Quickly, the 49ers are 3rd in the league at the fewest points allowed.
Yeah.
So far this year, they're a very solid defense, and
John,
yeah,
Well,
John,
they
and
don't
John,
get
John,
many
and they
sacks
have
and
a.
interceptions.
This is the
you're
John,
not
John,
good right now. Don't
John.
look
This
at
is the
anybody.
defense's
They're all
ranked.
haters, okay?
This is the defense's ranked right here as of yesterday. 49ers are 5.
I think by the end of the year, the Bills will be above them.
I know Ben was so happy.
We go back to
The
that.
Bills
list.
I
have
know, the
such
Browns.
a good defense. Guys, I'm just gonna say this: if you let me, I'll switch this.
You
If
can't. You
it's a
can't,
switch-
John. You can't.
I know.
Guys,
That's why I
let him.
said
Come
if you let me.
on. Come on.
No,
It'll be-
let's
him.
finish. Let's finish, and then we'll vote on it.
All
I'm
right.
gonna
fight.
concrete the switch for John.
I don't think Brock Purdy. I don't think Brock Purdy.
I'll probably thank you at the end of this.
I don't think Brock Purdy is as good as everyone thinks he is, but he is better than Dak Prescott. And so he will do fine. And you know what we haven't talked about once yet, and it's crazy to me? Christian freaking McCaffrey is the MVP right now. It's him or it's this guy right here. It's one of those two. Those are the two best players in
Christian
the NFL, and it's
McCaffrey's
not
so
close. And Josh Allen. Those are the two. Those are the two best players. But Christian McCaffrey is an animal. Ben, who you got?
John, do you remember
Oh my God.
when we were? Do you remember when we were freezing our asses off at your dad's house, and there was the start of the season where Dak put up like 450 yards in the first like 3 games apiece, and then he got hurt, and you were like, Ben, he's the best quarterback that's ever lived.
John,
That
I
was a
did
good
not
one.
say that. I don't think I ever said that sentence.
Yeah.
I may
that
have
was-
said Dak looks good, but Tom Brady was still playing. I would never have said he's the best quarterback who's ever lived.
Yeah, I don't think John would say.
No one's even gotten close in my
We were
book.
watching Tokyo Ghoul, and you looked me dead in the eyes and said, Ben, if he didn't get hurt, he'd have been the best quarterback of all time. And I said, John, who knows, man? I just watched the Browns. But you were adamant.
Dak attack, baby.
Every week, I think that Dak might show up. And for that reason, I'm going to go 49ers.
All right, do we want to give John the solo pick?
Yes.
Let him switch.
Let me
Ooh.
switch. Do it.
Concrete.
John, you sure
John,
you
I
want
might
to
be
do
helping
this?
you out, so you're welcome.
I'm sure.
All right, Ben. Cowboys, or no, Packers, Raiders.
Wow. Charlie, what do you think here?
No, you don't get to ask that.
Can't say.
We're just talking. We just BSing. Charlie, if you had to flip a coin right now, would you go heads or tails?
Tails.
I'm gonna ride with the Packers because. What was that?
Yeah, it's time to go with the Pack. Charlie, who you got?
I'm gonna go Raiders. Jimmy G's gonna be back this week. I think they've been missing him the last couple of weeks with that concussion. So Raiders on the way,
This
baby.
is why I need to go after you. Not too much right now. I didn't know that. Has he been out?
Packers.
I didn't know that.
I knew that. It's still Packers.
Packers.
Yeah, Matthew still knows it's still the Packers. They looked good in the second half of that
Yeah, I
Lions
still want
game.
the Packers. Too.
Yeah, Ben. All right, Ben. Here, we'll start here.
Solo
Ben.
picks?
They're the Raiders. I'll never pick the Raiders. They legitimately had 1 minute on the clock, and instead of going for they were down by 10, or maybe 11, and instead of getting a touchdown, they literally kicked the field goal. They legitimately chose to lose the game. By kicking a field goal at that time. I'll never pick them again. I can't.
What game was it?
They were. Fuck, dude, I don't remember. It was one of the first 4 weeks.
Good job.
I think it was week 2. It was the over under was 7 points, and that's Vegas, and the Raiders are Vegas, and so they literally like fulfilled the Vegas bet by doing it, and that everyone thinks it's
I have
like
3 solos.
Yep.
that's pretty good.
So everyone gets one change besides John, who's locked at first. So I'm going to go through each one, and then once I move on, it's done. So everyone just Everyone can see my screen as I move through it. Here, I can zoom in a little bit for everyone. All right.
Wouldn't it be fucking saucy to have a 4th solo pick right now?
You almost might worth trying it. All right, so we all think Washington's stomping on Justin Fields, even after that historic. Justin Fields had a great first.
Well.
Dude, I'm switching. It's Thursday Night Football. Anything can happen. I'm switching.
Charlie's making his switch, going with his.
You may as well do 4 because it's always basically a coin flip, and if you do 2 and you do 2, you're probably negating.
Yeah.
Oh, should I do it? Should I jump over?
Take away Charlie's pick.
Do it, Ben. Do it. Do it.
Charlie, you know too much about football.
Well, Ben, if you do that, you can't make this one down here.
No, but John said some facts, and he's in first place, so you gotta trust him. Gosh, the Bears. I like cheering for the Bears.
All right.
If Charlie's cheering for the Bears, I'm gonna cheer for the Bears too.
All right, Charlie, you lost your solo pick. You're now just going with the Bears. There's nothing for you besides the Bears.
Because
All right.
it's Thursday night.
You guys, Matt and Billy is so happy right now.
Shut up, John.
Such a jump for him right
You don't need to say anything, John. All right, wait. We have to accent these in some way to know that the change has happened.
Billy, can you like
There's change. There's a change.
my Pittsburgh Steelers?
Oh yeah, that's a solo pick. My bad, Ben. I'm sorry. All right, we all think Buffalo. Besides Ben, I guess just me and Matthew now. I'm not changing Buffalo.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
I like the Texans way better than the Falcons.
Yeah,
What do you
too.
Yeah,
Buffalo
Detroit.
just looks so good. That's why I'm.
Oh no, no.
In my opinion, they're the best in the league right now.
They're-
I think Buffalo. Buffalo could beat anyone.
And Von Miller's back now in Buffalo.
Their defense, man. Their defense. That's what is. It's not. Josh Allen's great, but man, I didn't expect their defense to play the way they did against the Dolphins. You kidding me? Holy gumbole.
Yeah. Well, so what we learned about that just quickly is it wasn't the Dolphins scoring 70 points. It's how horrible the Broncos are. That was really what that was. I think we're all going Detroit here, Matt. We're not switching that.
No, it's the next one I'm really thinking about.
Yeah, Matt, you and me both got Indy here. I just.
Yeah, we do. I mean, Ben as well.
Yeah, Ben can't switch it though. Ben's where. Look at those eyes.
Yeah.
I can get a steal, but you guys jump.
I think I might stay. I'm a little nervous about this one. The Titans are a coin flip every week, I feel like.
Yeah, they are, but so are the Colts, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm hoping they're not. I'm hoping they actually show some stability.
I think, boys, you make some picks you're not proud of, but you just gotta you
got traded. You got traded.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean you
Billy,
can't have faith in your team.
Billy,
and
there's gonna be a trap week. I don't know when it's going to be, but it's going to happen. And it's going to be one of these next 4 because they're playing great teams. I might say I'm over the Niners, but I like that you're doing it over the Dolphins.
Really,
Just
I
quickly,
recommend some
just
cream
think about
for
it.
you.
Think about it.
I recommend
The
some
Dolphins-
cream because you can really start to chafe. Switching.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Charlie's trying to say something.
Charlie, go ahead.
The Dolphins just lost, so they're not gonna be all like
No,
flowers
so
and daisies.
yeah, the
dancing
Giants.
through
The
snow
Giants
without
just
thinking about it.
yeah, the Giants haven't scored a home touchdown yet.
It's just
Saquon's coming back.
Yeah.
I like it. Let's put some cushion between me and you. But,
No, that's
Well, it'll even out because you guys said the Bears.
yeah, Charlie. The reason I feel safe going with the Giants is I see
You said the Bears.
these highlighted picks here. I feel too good about.
I can't believe you guys did that. They don't have a shot, man. I feel more confident about the Cowboys than I do the Bears.
Yeah, John, you're right. I want to switch back now, Charlie.
No, you're in. All right,
I love the Commanders.
you're in now, Ben. You're in. Charlie got him. We actually said Charlie in as a sleeper. All right, Matt. Patriots Saints. You moving or you staying?
Honestly, I think I'm good for the rest of this. I don't want to move any of my games. I'm happy.
All right, and on that note, with 10
You're not
minutes
switching
left.
any, Bill?
No, I did. I switched to Giants. It's a solo pick, but
yeah.
it was also my.
Well, there it is.
Yeah. So
Make it purple.
Matt's
shit
feeling
purple.
confident. I can see it in his
Yeah.
face. Matt thinks this time next week he'll be in first. I can tell.
Oh yeah. I got some
I think
wood to
I
knock
got
on too. Some good mahogany.
All I have to
Be
say is
interesting.
this year is Dallas's year.
Last time I said that, they were playing the Cardinals.
Last time I said that, I was in a diaper.
Hey, this is kind of a revenge game, though. You remember this was the playoff game, and the Niners
2 years ago
smoked them.
No, 2 years. The Niners
I
have
think
kicked.
last year, Billy. I think
John,
the Cowboys beat the Bucks. Cowboys-Niners last year, NFC Championship.
Year before that, Niners kicked them out in the first round at home in Jerry World.
The Niners
This is a
have
double
been beating the
revenge
Cowboys in the playoffs since '95. This is
but
happening to the Cowboys
Matthew,
forever.
Matt, have you ever seen Micah Parsons?
Oh, he's a beast.
Trust me. I've seen him more than you have.
Yeah, John.
What is that supposed to mean, Matt?
John, have you ever? John,
what was that supposed to mean?
John, have you ever
I've
met?
seen a lot of Michael Parsons.
John, have you
Matt,
ever?
that was a Week 1 home opener in New
I
York.
know who Micah Parsons is.
John, have you seen Nick Bosa?
Yeah, Billy. His
What about
2 sacks or less a game for
What
the
about-
first 5 weeks?
what
I've
about
seen him.
Greenlaw?
I've seen
What about
him, trust
Greenlaw?
me. I'm thinking about dropping the Niners defense. They're so lackluster. I don't think they've gotten 1 interception all year. If they intercept Dak, that'll be their first of the year. Just
John, they
saying.
got an interception against Daniel Jones. I watched it Thursday night.
Billy,
football.
they haven't played Daniel Jones.
Yes,
this
they
year.
have, John. Thursday night, 2 weeks ago, we got our ass kicked.
Fuck,
John,
dude. Why did I think that was
The
next?
49ers are giving up 14 points a game on average. Like,
Yeah.
Fantasy is misleading you into thinking that they're not a
What's
powerful
John? What?
defense.
Yeah.
They are.
But John, you're stuck
I
now.
still feel pretty confident.
Yeah, John.
I don't even want to.
I will say this to close, John. As first place, you are. What did Ben say? You're drinking the first place Kool-Aid. Only a first place guy would think Dak Prescott's gonna beat the 49ers defense. Like only you would be like, oh, that seems reasonable.
Billy, do you have a list of the top 3 running backs this year?
Yeah, Tony Pollard's
top
not
5?
one of them. Yeah,
Top
top
5.
5. I think you got to do top 8, Big Cat.
John,
Who
it's all
are the 7 above?
first place sickness. I had it last year, pretty much the whole year. It's where you start to believe your own word more than the truth. And I get it; it happens. You don't know that it's happening.
I can
but
only
I'm
think
telling
of
you,
2
it's
running
happening.
backs who are definitely better than Tony Pollard. And that's Bijan Robinson and Christian McCaffrey. I don't know another running back who is for a fact better.
We'll leave that question open to interpretation and close it off there with 7 minutes left. Thank you, everyone, for watching. If you enjoyed the press conference section, we'll be doing that next week. Put your questions down below for any of us, and you can put them after the games. And we will talk to you all soon, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace.